Hello, it's October 23rd, Saturday, and we are at Walmart because I finally got scheduled for my Moderna booster. Shout out to Paul for helping me secure this appointment, and I can't believe I finally get to get this. I was waiting for approval from the FDA and the CDC because I just wanted to keep it consistent and just get the same booster that I got for my first two. So I am so excited for this. So I got my booster and everything went very smoothly. Paul had filled out a lot of the questionnaire online, so all I had to do was check a box saying the reason why I was eligible for the booster, and it's because I work in a healthcare environment. And I got a sticker. It says I got my COVID vaccine, which is technically true, but I don't want people thinking I just now got it because, yeah, you know, I got mine as soon as I could. Everything went very well. There it is right there. So I think what they did was he put this little thing on my arm first and then administered it, and it just goes through like that little plastic, which is really cool. So it kind of works as like a bandage or a place to target the injection. And then I waited for 15 minutes in the area. So I stayed kind of nearby, but I was having fun looking at all the medications and stuff because I love looking at medications. It was a half dose of the usual Moderna vaccine. And that's usual for Moderna, is to get half the dose of the previous two. Hopefully, mentally, after having gotten my booster, I will feel better to stop double masking when I'm in crowded places and indoors, because I've been doing that a lot while I was waiting for my booster. And ever since basically Delta started being rampant, I was nervous again about breakthrough infections, so I was double masking. But I think after a little while, I don't know if I have to do the thing where I have to wait 2 weeks for it to fully take effect, but at least in 2 weeks or so, I will hopefully stop double masking again. I feel very good to have gotten this, and I look forward to when everyone else can get theirs too. Hey, it's still the same day, about 10 o'clock at night, and as the day went on, my arm got more sore, and it's pretty sore right now, same as like the first or the second one. I'm trying to like exercise it a little bit, and have a little bit of a body ache as well. I haven't taken any Tylenol. I'm gonna try to like hold off. If I wake up in the middle of the night because I feel really bad, I think I'm just gonna give in and take it, but for now I'm just gonna hold off and see how I do. Hello everyone, a morning update on October 24th. Last night, I had a bit of a rough night. I was tossing and turning a lot. I likely had a fever because of how warm I felt. My body was aching all over, and of course my arm was sore. So that's good that my body was doing what it was supposed to be doing. I did cave at about 3:24 in the morning and did take 500 milligrams of Tylenol because I figured my immune system already was working against the side effects, so I think it was okay to take the Tylenol. And I did get a little bit more sleep after that. This morning I'm feeling just the soreness in the right arm, and my body kind of feels a little like achy, but nothing too bad. I do feel better than I did when I was sleeping last night. Hello everyone. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock at night, October 24th. So I spent the day feeling pretty under the weather, just body aches, likely a fever. I never checked my temperature, but it definitely felt like it. And of course the arm soreness. I didn't take any Tylenol since the one at 3:24, even though I know I could have. I don't know, I guess I was trying to let my body do its thing, even though, like I said, I could have taken the Tylenol. So I can get a good amount of sleep tonight. I am gonna take some Tylenol. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna take 500 or 1,000 milligrams. I was watching TV a little while ago and I couldn't find a comfortable position to get in. I just felt so uncomfortable. So I know I'll have to take something tonight to sleep better. So I will. Hello, this is your morning update from October 25th. I'm feeling much better this morning. I did end up taking 500 milligrams of Tylenol, and it really did help me sleep overnight. I had no issues, did not wake up once. The only thing I still have is just a sore arm, and otherwise I'm feeling much better. Another symptom I had yesterday, another side effect that I had yesterday that I didn't mention was lightheadedness. So I just felt so lightheaded yesterday, but that is since resolved. I noticed something kind of interesting about my injection site. So you can see right there is where it was injected, and like it feels okay around like the top. Like if you go in a U shape, it feels fine, except actually I do feel some pain here now that I noticed. But I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little bit of redness down there. So it hurts just below the injection site as well. So that's where I got the injection, but it's also hurting down here and like a little bit around there. So that's kind of interesting. And there's even like a little mark there. Hello, it is October 26th. It has been 3 days since I got my COVID booster. Today I'm doing much better. I can definitely tell there's a significant decrease in pain in the injection site. I can move my arm and it doesn't even hurt. The only time it hurts is when I just put a little pressure, and then yeah, I can definitely feel a little bit of pain, but not as bad as before. And I'm still having pain like underneath the injection site. So that is my quick update for today. Hello everyone. It is Thursday, October 28th, and it is day 5 post-COVID booster. So I was in class today for work, and I noticed that my right arm is no longer hurting. So I guess you could say this will be the last video update regarding the booster. Yeah, I felt it, and like, I don't know, there might be like a teeny tiny bit of something, but that's like if I'm really like pressing for it. It was a good experience in that I knew that my body's immune system was doing the proper thing with all the side effects I was having. The normal expected side effects, very similar to the second time. The only thing was that I had like some lightheadedness on Sunday. Overall, I'm so happy that I got the booster. I had been waiting for it ever since, you know, there's news about it. And just working in a high-risk environment, working at the theme parks, being around lots of guests, and then also working at the hospital where we do have COVID patients on our floor. We have had COVID patients on our floor, but I've been noticing that the cases are going down. I still really wanted the booster though. For several weeks I had been double masking because I was just so nervous about breakthrough infections and just the fear of long COVID. And I just don't want to get COVID, you know? I don't want to get sick. So you really don't know who's going to get severely ill. And yes, I'm vaccinated, but I still just, you know, I don't know. Can I just say I just wanted the booster because I work in a high-risk environment? There should be no other reason than that, right? Something that Paula and I were talking about was there was no news anywhere about the guidance for when the booster takes full effect. Like when we had our first 2 rounds of boosters, the CDC was saying that you have full protection 2 weeks after your last dose, but there hasn't been anything like that for the booster. So do we just assume that it'll be the same like 2 weeks after, in which case, if that rule applies, if that recommendation applies, I would have full protection from this booster on November 6th. And then hopefully after that, I will personally feel okay not to double mask anymore. I've been wearing a mask since April of 2020, so you could say that yes, I honestly do have some mask fatigue sometimes. So just even going down to a single mask will be really freeing for me. Cases are also going down in Florida, but not exactly for the reasons that would be celebratory. It's basically like herd immunity. So many people in Florida got COVID. It's not like we have great vaccination rates that we need to be praising. But I will not get too much into that. It's supposed to be a nice, positive video about, yay, getting the booster. So I feel good. I'm glad I got it. Very glad I got it. Please feel free to ask me any questions. If you have any questions about vaccinations, please feel free to ask. Thank you so much for watching, and journey on.